G'day guys, welcome back to another episode of Flashlight Crazy. Today I'm doing a comparison video between the Olight Marauder 2 and the Olight Marauder Mini. Let's check them out. All right, let's have a look at these two. So just looking at the top of the body, I guess the most obvious difference apart from the size is the switch, the main switch. So if you can see here, the Marauder 2 has this kind of smoother blue rotating switch, and the Marauder Mini has this kind of rough-edged, more grippy in my opinion, blue rotating switch as well. But have a listen to this. So that's the sound of the Marauder 2. Now have a listen to this. Nothing. So the Marauder Mini is very smooth and silent with its turning circle on the side button, whereas the Marauder 2, it's very clicky. So, you know, that's a personal preference. For me, I really like the smoothness better. It's a firm smooth, so it doesn't feel loose, because it's certainly not loose, but yeah, very, very nice to turn indeed. Now, the flood and throw, or flood and spot switches are identical. So spot is at the top, flood is down the bottom. Now, hang on a sec. Right, okay, so the Marauder Mini has a much more firm, excuse me, the Marauder Mini has a much more firm switch, whereas the Marauder 2, it's a lot looser and easier to push. But I don't know if I like that, actually. I like the fact that it's quite firm and hard to push. That's really nice and very, very distinct. But again, personal preference for that. Now, tail caps, massive, massive difference as well. So the Marauder 2 is actually a power bank. So it has a built-in battery, and you open up you expose the USB-C port just by turning the tail cap. This doubles as a charging port as well as the power bank port that you can charge other lights with as well. Whereas the Marauder Mini, that is your magnetic charging area to charge the battery, and this battery actually comes out. So for me, that's a lot safer, because if this battery stuffs up, you just buy a new one. Whereas if the battery in the Marauder 2 stuffs up, the light's gone. All right, now let's just have a look at both of these guys on the wall. So we'll get them both at flood, and we will get them both to the highest. All right, so first thing I'm seeing is, oh, well, yes, there's a proximity sensor in the Marauder 2, whereas there is not in the Marauder Mini. Now, definitely see a different color beam. So looks like more of a neutral beam in the Marauder 2, whereas in the Marauder Mini, it just looks very cool white. Now, obviously, no proximity sensor. So, and then you just need to wait a bit, yep, and it'll come back up. Now, let's check out spot. All right, so both on high again. Now, I do prefer the spot in the Marauder Mini. I like the circular spot better than the rectangle. A lot more candela in the rectangle, but a lot smaller. I just think the Marauder Mini is more useful. So if we just put them down here, you'll see that they're both circular. Look at that. But then move them away and the rectangle appears. So I don't know why that is. But anyway, it's no big deal. It's just I prefer the circle better. So that's, you know, look, I mean, pretty cool up close, the Marauder Mini, whereas the Marauder 2, oh yeah, still good up close, but I think you get a better kind of color with the Marauder Mini, just because it's not so intense. So obviously better for long distance, this, but still great circular light for the Marauder Mini. I much prefer it. Now, there is a little bit of a difference in the accessories you get. So with the Marauder Mini, you will get a holster. And I think that's really, really nice, just because of its size. You don't have to always be holding it. You can just, bang, slot it in your holster and close it up, notch that onto your belt, and you're good to go. So that's a really, really nice addition. I think that the Marauder 2 should probably have come with one as well, but you know, it is what it is. So that's that holster. And you will also get your Olight lanyard for the Marauder Mini. And of course, you'll get your charger as well. Now, with the Marauder 2, you will just get you'll get a double-ended USB-C port, and that's to charge this, put one end in this and another end in another light. And you will also get a very, very strong beast of a lanyard as well. Now, let's have a look at the difference in outputs of these two. So, on flood, the Marauder 2 has level 1 at 200 lumens, whereas on flood for the Marauder Mini, it has 100 lumens on level 1. Now on level 2, for the Marauder 2, we have 400 lumens, and on level 2 for the Mini, we have 200 lumens. On level 3, we have 800 lumens for the Marauder 2, and on level 3, we have 400 lumens on the Marauder Mini. 5, we have 3,200 lumens, and 5, we have 1,600 lumens. 6, we have 6,400 lumens, and 6 over here, we have 3,200 lumens. And then level 7 on the Marauder 2, we have 14,000 lumens. And level 7 on the Marauder Mini, we have 7,000 lumens. Now, difference in throw on max output on flood is 450 meters on the Marauder 2 and 310 meters on the Marauder Mini. Now, your run times are also going to differ. So level 1 gives you 40 hours on the Marauder 2 and 35 and a half hours on the Marauder Mini. Level 2 gives you 22 hours on the Marauder 2 and 21 hours on the Marauder Mini. 13 hours on level 3 for the Marauder 2 and 630 minutes plus 10 minutes plus 10 minutes. So 650 minutes is just shy of 11 hours. Level 4 on the Marauder 2 is 7.5 hours, and level 4 on the Marauder Mini is 320 minutes plus 5 minutes plus 15 minutes. So that's 340 minutes. So that is just over 5 hours. Level 5 on the Marauder 2, you get 4 hours and 30 minutes. And level 5 on the Marauder Mini, you get 160 minutes plus 10 minutes plus 15 minutes. So that is 185 minutes, which is just over 3 hours. And then level 6 is 315 minutes on the Marauder 2 and 190 minutes on the Marauder Mini, which is just over 3 hours. And level 7 is 3 hours and 10 minutes on the Marauder 2. So that's your 14,000 lumen output. And level 7 on the Marauder Mini at your 7,000 output is 172 minutes, which is just shy of 3 hours. Now, as for spot, level 1 is 50 lumens on the Marauder 2, and it is also 50 lumens on the Marauder Mini. You will get 59 hours on that output in the Marauder 2, and you will get 43 and a half hours of output in the Marauder Mini. The Marauder 2 will reach 200 meters on level 1, and the Marauder Mini will reach 140 meters on level 1. Level 2 on the Marauder 2 is 100 lumens. Level 2 on the Marauder Mini is 100 lumens. You will get 31 hours of runtime and 300 meters of throw on the Marauder 2. And you will get 21 and a half hours and 200 meters of throw on the Marauder Mini. Level 3 is 200 lumens on the Marauder 2. Level 3 is also 200 lumens on the Marauder Mini. You will get the 200 lumens for 19 hours on the Marauder 2, and it will reach 400 meters. Whereas in the Marauder Mini, you will get 11 and a half hours of runtime and 290 meters of throw. Level 4 on the Marauder 2 is 300 lumens. Level 4 on the Marauder Mini is 300 lumens. You will get 300 lumens for 11 hours and 40 minutes, and it will reach 500 meters on the Marauder 2. And you will get 300 lumens for 420 minutes, and then it will drop down to 100 lumens for an additional 20 minutes on the Marauder Mini, and it will reach 350 meters. Level 5 is 500 lumens on the Marauder 2, and it is also 500 lumens on the Marauder Mini. But you will get 500 lumens for 9 hours and 50 minutes on the Marauder 2, whereas you will get 500 lumens for 220 minutes. Then it will reduce down to 300 lumens for half an hour, and it reduce again to 100 lumens for 20 minutes. The throw on level 5 for the Marauder 2 is 600 meters, and the throw on level 5 for the Marauder Mini is 450 meters. Level 6, you will get 650 lumens on the Marauder 2, whereas level 6 for the Marauder Mini, you will get 700 lumens. You will get 650 lumens for 7 hours, and it will reach 700 meters in the Marauder 2, whereas you will get 700 lumens for 40 minutes, and then it will drop down to 500 lumens for 175 minutes, and then drop down to 105 lumens for an additional 45 minutes, and you will get 500 meters of throw on the Marauder Mini. Last but not least, you will get 850 lumens on the Marauder 2, and you will get 900 lumens on the Marauder Mini. 850 lumens will last for 6 hours and 40 minutes, but with an asterisk, and it will reach 800 meters. Whereas 900 lumens will last for 10 minutes, dropping down to 500 lumens for 200 minutes, and then 330 lumens for 40 minutes. The throw on that for the Marauder Mini is 600 meters. So judging by those numbers, I still think that the best bang for your buck is the Marauder Mini so far, especially because you get red light, green light, and blue light in the Marauder Mini, whereas you don't get that in the Marauder 2. What you do get in the Marauder 2 that you won't get in the Marauder Mini is an outstanding amount of light on flood. Unbelievable amount of flood on flood, which I'll show you in the night shots. Now, another stark difference between these two is the Marauder 2 comes in at 750 grams, which is 26.5 ounces. And the Marauder Mini comes in at 462 grams, which is 16.3 ounces. And that is including the battery with the Marauder Mini. Now, let's wait no further. Let's go outside, see how these look in the darkness, and come back for some final thoughts, prices, where to buy, and all that jazz. See you in a sec. Okay, we have the Olight Marauder 2 on low. Here it is on low. And I'm just going to cycle up slowly. That's full blast. Marauder 2 on full blast. And now Marauder 2. That tower top there is over 150 meters away from where I stand. And I'll just go back to flood. All right. Let's get the Mini. Okay, Marauder Mini on low. And I'm just going to cycle up slowly. Okay, that is full blast. So it's not too much less than the... I mean, I can still see everything, but the Marauder 2, just the amount of light coming out of it, you can see a stark difference. Certainly can. This is still an amazing amount of light, lights everything up, but it's like the Marauder 2 lights it up just more. You just get more clarity, more light, obviously a crazy amount of more lumens and lux. And now there's the spot there. And yep, still getting to the top, just not as bright and intense, which is to be expected. But I like this spot better because it's nice and round. It's a lot bigger. See that? It's a lot bigger than the square projector you get with the 2. Yeah, I like this projector spot better. And in the package you get as well, you know, small package. It's amazing. All right, let's just go flood again. Pretty impressive. All right, this is the Marauder Mini. See ya. All right, so look, I would love to say that they are similar in outputs, but I mean, the Marauder Mini lights up everything, no worries. But when you compare it with the Marauder 2, you realize how much the Marauder Mini is lacking. Now I want to be clear. When I say lacking, I don't mean that the Marauder Mini is incapable of lighting up a space. That's not what I mean at all. Because when you've got the Marauder Mini and only the Marauder Mini, you put it on max output and you can see everything. But when you compare that with the 14,000 lumen flood on the Marauder 2, you really see where that extra light comes in handy. And it does. It lights up every little nook and cranny. It lights up, all the definition of trees. It lights up further, obviously more light, a wider spread. It really, really is kind of like the ultimate floodlight, to be honest. But is it worth the weight, the size, the price? Because currently at lightshop.com.au, the Marauder 2 is coming in at $435 and the Marauder Mini is coming in at $300. So that is a big, big difference in price. And honestly, guys, it's also a big, big difference in weight and usability in terms of holding it. I love the fact that the Mini comes with a holster. That's brilliant. If this came with a holster, it would be much, much better because it's a heavier light. So you're going to probably want to carry it in a holster. Otherwise, it's a bag. It's just throw it in the bag. So, and the red, blue, green in the Mini as well might be a deal breaker for some people. That might be a necessity. They need it. So because of that, that might be where people go as well. Now, as for my choice, I am going with the Marauder Mini, definitely. I think the bang for buck you get for the price, for the output, for the red, blue, green, just for everything. I love it. And also I love the circular hotspot for the spot. I'm not a big fan of this rectangle hotspot. I don't know why they did that, but I like the circular one better. So Marauder Mini it is for me. All right. Well, thanks so much for watching. That was a really fun comparison for me. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And until next time, stay cool and stay safe. See ya.